¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Ismael.
Ismael?
You don't live in Pátzcuaro.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
live in
yeah, it's
Pátzcuaro.
in the house. No, pero es bonito Pátzcuaro.
Sí.
La perspectiva de muchas formas, en la noche también en el centro,
Oh,
night.
de caminar y sacar fotos.
Walk.
La luz lúcida, suave. Wow, it's beautiful.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Hi.
Today Brittany and I are over in Patzcuaro and we're walking up a very famous area of Patzcuaro. I think it's called Estribo. We'll put it on the screen just to make sure. But Patzcuaro, in case you guys don't know, it's a very, very, very Mexican town, as you guys are going to see throughout the video. We're not in the main part of the town. Not necessarily a tourist attraction type of a place at all.
The street name, it says is Cam.Real Al Estribo.
And we're walking up to the most touristic part, well, one of the most touristic parts of the town right now. It's an overview of the city, and it's very beautiful. It's a very foresty area, as you can see. Very foresty, very pretty, very quiet. And the town is like that too. It's a very quiet town. Hola.
Hola.
But I'll throw you on the backpack so you guys can get an idea of where we're going. And this should be a relatively short video. We kind of just came for the hike today because the weather is gorgeous. One of the perks of living in Mexico in most areas.
And in Michoacan in general, it's very pretty.
Yeah, in Michoacan in general. So we parked our car down that way. The elevation of this town, it's pretty high. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's pretty high. So even though it's very warm out, the breeze here is extremely cool. I remember we saw some properties here a couple of years ago in this community that is right in front of us actually. It's a little gated community and it's under construction. We were here and it was warm out, and then all of a sudden it hit like 3 o'clock and it got freezing cold. We were shivering. That's how high it is. And you could even hear in my voice as we're climbing up this hill. I mean, I'm getting out of breath. So anyway, I'll throw you on the backpack and hope you guys enjoy this dusty little town. Another thing that Patzcuaro is very, very well known for, well, besides all the dogs, because there's so many dogs in Patzcuaro, more than in a lot of other places in Mexico. One of the things that this town is known for is the lake. And we've been to the lake, we've been to that area, and it's very, very nice. I don't think we'll be going over there today, but at some point we'll be going over there. We also look forward to doing some interviews with people who live in this town to give you guys an idea of how much it costs to live here. Because there's a lot, if you can get yourself into Mexico, if you have enough funds to do that, you can live a very, very relaxed and not expensive life here. All the big towns that many people go to, they're spending pretty high amounts of rent. But here in a place like this, you're really not spending all that much rent. So cute. Where are you going? Where are you going? So pretty. Yeah, it smells like a farm here. Another thing that Patzcuaro is very well known for is having the very historic way of writing, the very historic black, red, and white lettering on all of the places within the town.
So for those of you who may not know, Patzcuaro is actually one of the 8 Pueblo Mágicos, or magic towns, in the state of Michoacan. And so by law, here in this town, they actually have, like Joe was pointing out, have to have this red and white,
red, white, and black?
Vibe. Yeah, vibe.
It's elevations. You feel it. You really feel it.
Yeah.
When we were in SLP, I really felt the elevation.
Yeah, it feels so weird.
See, so this is nothing compared to the view that we'll be getting in a minute.
Yeah, this is-
Well, in like 10 minutes. So it's funny that Brittany mentioned this is a magic town. Well, it's not funny, but a magic town is something that holds its history, right? That's from what we understand what a magic town is. But a lot of the other magic towns that we've seen, they're very like festive, and they have a very kind of like a fun vibe to them. I haven't felt that way here, but not to say it's a bad town. It's just different. I love the fact that you have the forest here. In so much of Mexico, you don't have the forest. Like, this is like, reminds me of being in upstate New York, which is great. You're not in upstate New York, but you have a feeling of upstate New York at the same time. I think it's so cool. Sorry, don't wink at me. He winked at me. So cute. Hola.
Hola, Paddle.
Sorry I woke you up. Have a nice day. He was in a deep sleep. Oh, there's another one. That one doesn't care. Like, you could take a picture of me. He's still looking at us. Hola. The dogs here speak Spanish.
Yeah.
If you say hello to them, they won't know what you're saying. Oh, look, here's another one. Sleeping on the step there. And then there's two more sleeping over there. Oh, they're not sleeping anymore. We don't have any food for them. My watch just had to make the noise right now and wake the dogs up. Beautiful, beautiful foresty area. So nice.
If you live here, it's good to have an SUV.
Yeah, the roads here are terrible. Not in terms of the fact that we're walking on cobblestone right now. These roads are actually very good.
Yeah.
But a lot of the roads in this town are unpaved. So you'll be driving down a paved road, and then all of a sudden you're gonna hit an unpaved road where you're driving down ditches, dirt, your car's sliding all over the place. Does anyone know what these signs say?
Oh wait, Mirador El Estribo Grande. That's where we're going. To the Mirador.
Yeah. How's this hike treating you?
It's a lot better. I'm just really out of shape, and I just. Was that a bug?
No.
Oh good. I think it's the elevation. We're going uphill, which is hard.
Yeah.
Uphill.
We're going uphill. The road's uneven. It's a high elevation. Hola. Buenas tardes. Oh, that breeze is nice. Whew. I remember when Brittany and I were here the first time, and we were actually looking at that gated community in terms of maybe a place to live. I was like, man, this might be the place. But Brittany wasn't really happy with the fact that it's such a small town. She likes to have, larger towns to live in. And that makes sense because you're kind of far away from most things when you live out here. You're far away from large stores, Walmarts, things like that. You have smaller versions. Technically, you could live here, right? They have gas stations, they have stores, and all that stuff. And it's very valuable to be able to live in an area that has all this beauty. There's so much you could do. Especially you have the lake, right? You could do a lot on the lake. You have a lot of really great stuff here. But Brittany grew up in a very rural part of New York. I grew up in the city. So Brittany is like not necessarily psyched about the idea of living in a place that is as rural as where she grew up. This is pretty much like a town that you grew up in. Yeah, except it has a little more going on, to be honest.
Yeah, and the fact that many people speak Spanish here.
Yeah, well,
there aren't too many people that speak Spanish. There's some.
You mean English? Town. Oh, you're talking about your town.
In my town, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some, not a lot.
There's India.
Very few.
What's the island called? Inicio?
Let me just check, make sure.
So there's a town in the middle of the lake that's its own town.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
It can only be reached by boats, which run regularly back and forth from about 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m.
That's cool. Ah, that's why all the boats leave from the pier.
So if you live there, it must be an interesting life over there. You're kind of isolated, but you have your own little town.
Probably very expensive.
I don't think so. You think so?
Well, how do you get things, you know?
You have to go take the little boat.
That's what I'm saying.
We should take the boat over there and see what it's like.
Yeah, we definitely should. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see Inicio one day. Oh man, look at these guys.
Hi, Sarah. Rachel.
See, little Rachel and Farmer Joe.
Hola.
Hola. What's this little house right here? It's a chicken coop?
I think so.
So cute. Just has that rock just sitting there with those two sticks.
Just has to have it like that. How much longer do we have?
Oh, a long way. All these little bugs that we're breathing in. How's the nature?
Yeah. Make sure that you sleep well the night before you do this hike. The private property.
No pasar? So this is like kind of like living a little house on the prairie type of stuff. You guys probably can't see it on the camera, but I took some pictures. You guys can see there's a really old world oven over there, and they're cooking outside. And it's got a little tiny little brick house. I mean, that is like my ideal life situation right there.
You're young. You got the whole wide world to explore. Look for happiness in. And you'll find it, mark my words.
And they're hanging up their clothes to dry. It's so nice and simple and just relaxed. I mean, you think they're paying a lot to live there? No way. They got a huge cistern to hold their water. They got wood for fire. They got their oven. Man, that's my life right there, man. I would love to do that. I don't know if they like it, but they probably do. It looks really relaxed. I can smell the wood. Smells like beautiful smoky thyme.
Really is grande.
Thought that now would be a great time to just mention that if you're appreciating the content, do us a favor, click like, click subscribe. It really helps us out, and it doesn't cost you guys a thing. It actually, despite what you might think, takes a lot of work to put these videos together, and so we're trying to do our best for you guys in regards to that. So help us out. Thank you guys for the support.
Thank you.
You know, once you're getting close, very, very close, because it opens up. Everything opens up. No trees, and you have this quick little turn right here, and I can see some cars in the distance there. That's the real scenic overlook right there. And then there's a little center once you get to the top. Before we keep moving, I'll let Brittany brace herself. I'm gonna take a nice picture over here for you guys. Such a beautiful place. This place, the Pátzcuaro, is very underrated in my personal opinion. I mean, I can totally understand why people wouldn't want to live over here. But at the same time, I mean, if you gave me an option, I would definitely set up camp. And I would live out here in the woods. Oh, the weather is so nice. It's hot, but at the same time, you don't feel it at all because the wind is just, whew.
It's 78 degrees out.
78 degrees. That's not even bad. That's not hot at all. Is that counting the elevation and the exact location we're at?
I think so, because I have cell phone service here.
Wow, so cool, so cool. If we went down there, it would probably be like, you know, maybe 6 degrees hotter. So beautiful over here. Wow. This is Lake Pátzcuaro. That Patzcuaro Lake is actually disappearing slowly.
Oh, look at that friend said too.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. That's so sad. Very touristy over here for the locals, for the residents of Mexico. Maybe not necessarily just the locals of Pátzcuaro, but of Mexico, the people in Mexico in general. So here's that scenic overlook that I was telling you guys about. Very beautiful. You can hear the nature. You can hear the people talking. So nice. Yeah, check this house out. It's just chilling up here. Imagine living over here. This is beautiful. Why don't you want to live here? Come on. Just get a little house in the woods. It's because there's no Starbucks. That's why I don't want to live here.
So you guys can see there's a Hanitsia over there that looks like a statue on that island. People actually live over there. It's the largest island on Lake Pátzcuaro.
Oh, there's a statue.
Yeah, it's the largest island.
So funny. Taking a nice drive on a nice day with some nice music. Por favor. That's all I understood. How many of y'all out there like the Mexican culture? Raise a hand and give a like if you like the Mexican culture. And subscribe if you love the Mexican culture.
Subscribe even if you don't like the Mexican culture, but you enjoy listening to us.
Okay guys, so now we are approaching that little center area. A lot of locals and people who come for the views come to hang out up here apparently. And it goes even beyond what you're going to see here. Apparently there's some steps. I forget how many steps there are, but those steps lead all the way up to a mountain.
Oh,
Right here, right over here somewhere. You want to do it?
well, I need to rest first. Hang on.
So we'll see if we're going to do that today. Maybe if not today, another day, or maybe never. But this is like the peak point of the trail, we'll call it. And then from what we understand, what we've been told by our friends, there's those steps. So check this stuff out. Pretty cool. Apparently on the weekend. It's not the weekend. Oh wait, yeah it is. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Apparently at some point in time, I don't know, this place gets really popping, but right now it looks pretty quiet. Hola.
Nope, it's all Spanish.
Spanish? Smell of weed. It's a little barbecue area down there.
Wow.
So petal of him.
Precious. If I had a dog, I'd take him.
Aquí hay una réplica
He's talking to us.
antigua.
Oh. Oh, gracias, gracias.
Spanish?
Un poquito.
Poquito? Bueno, welcome. Hong Kong to Pátzcuaro.
Oh, gracias, gracias.
It's very nice.
Sí.
Es el emblema realmente de lo que viene siendo la mujer en Pátzcuaro. Cómo rige pues, la libertad.
Wow.
Pero en el centro va en el cosmos, el quinto sol, y la estrella de Mirador El de Aegis and Observation, the university and the world.
It's beautiful.
Es el Aegis.
Wow.
El ojo. Y acá el quinto sol.
Wow.
Sí. Es very nice.
Very
Very
beautiful.
nice. Muy bonito.
Y el emblema de woman
Sí.
en la gargantilla. Es beautiful.
Yes. Very beautiful.
Pues welcome.
Gracias. Gracias.
Muchas gracias. Very beautiful.
Wash my. There you go. Got a video.
Allá también, en camino, pues, muchas escaleras.
Those are all the steps.
Yeah?
Sí, it's good. despacio.
Take break.
Yeah, relax. No, it's beautiful. La vista.
A nice
el
view.
paisaje.
Gracias.
Sí, de allá.
¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Ismael.
Ismael?
Yeah.
Similar to Ismail.
Ismael. Yeah.
Ismael.
José Ismael.
Jose.
You don't live in Pátzcuaro. Yeah, it's my house.
Oh, muy bien.
My woman, my friend, bueno, mi prima, la mother de my woman.
Okay.
The lady.
Sí.
Sí, no, pero es bonito Pátzcuaro.
Sí.
La perspectiva de muchas formas, en la noche también en el centro, de caminar y sacar fotos, la luz lúcida, suave, wow, es beautiful. Y muchas casas muy antiguas, mucha historia.
Historical and ancient?
Yes. Historic.
Preguntar a la gente, preguntar una casa, otra casa, y hay mucha historia en cada una.
Muy bien.
Ya. Pues sale, José, va adelante, sale, aquí vamos a estar.
Ok,
¿vale?
muchas gracias. Adiós, José. Little dog, he's just sitting there. Oh, these are the steps that go all the way up. These are the steps we were talking about.
So many steps.
Want to go up?
Probably a good day to do this when you watch out. Let's kick up some dirt.
All right, guys. We might be able to do those steps on another day. Brittany's feeling a little tired.
Have to eat. I didn't eat enough.
So we're gonna just explore a little bit more and I guess head back down.
Those railing.
It just looks overwhelming.
It does?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The dust is here.
The dust is here because the man was here.
You think you could do those stairs? You probably.
Oh yeah, of course. So what are your thoughts about today? Tell everybody, should they come here?
Yes, I think you should come here. I mean, this isn't like a Cancun or Mazatlan, touristic place like that where a lot of Americans come here. I mean, some Americans do come here, but it's not like overpopulated. That's the word. Taken over by Americans. Very Mexican town. So you can hear the Mexican music. Multiple Mexican musics going on here. And if you're looking for like an authentic Mexican town to experience that, like a place that other Mexicans go to visit, like primarily Mexicans, not a lot of Americans, this is a good town.
I think so.
The view is really great here, and the stairs scare me.
Doesn't scare that little girl.
Look at her go.
She's dancing on the steps, so cute. She's ready to go. Yeah, so anyway, guys, had a great day today. This was such a beautiful place. And as Jose was telling us a couple minutes ago, it gets very nice in the center at night. So much history and stuff like that. So we'll be back here at night. And, not today, but we'll be back at some point. And we'll take you guys with us as usual.
Have a nice day. Have a nice
Hola.
day.
Buenas tardes. I wanted to ask any of the viewers who are over here in Mexico, because we know that we have a lot of amazing people from Mexico who watch this channel. Wanted to ask you guys, is what happened earlier when we were up on the mountain a sign of disrespect? When we had the family who was sitting there playing the guitar, and then all of a sudden a car of people come and they start blasting their radio over the people who are playing their guitar and trying to relax and enjoy their time. In the United States, this would definitely be seen as disrespectful, and it's very likely that in the United States there would have been a fight if that ended up happening, because you're coming into someone else's space, you're making a lot of noise, you're being disrespectful and rude. In Mexico, it doesn't seem like this is the case. So let us know what your thoughts are and what your experiences are, so that we know how the Mexican culture works in terms of this type of thing. Thank you so much.